Alright, so I've quickly returned to the title menu, purely because I want to download my Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero save data. I've never done this before, so I don't know what it does, so let's just find out, shall we? Okay, well by the looks of it, we have the SV sneaking suit. That's what you get for downloading the Ground Zeroes data. I don't know what happens if you have like a 100% Ground Zeroes save file. Maybe there's something different you get. Not exactly sure. If you know more, please tell me. But you do get the SV sneaking suit, it would appear. So I'm going to put that in development. And it does seem... Oh, well, I guess development's different. I just sort of acquired it. Wow, there was no development time there. You can actually get the sneaking suit, which is one that's very similar to that in Metal Gear Solid 3. This is actually a very overpowered suit. This is the best suit in the game, which is fucking insane. Well, along with the battle dress, which is down here. And the battle dress is really, really strong in boss fights. But generally, the sneaking suit, man, it's fucking overpowered. It makes your footsteps silent. Like, what the fuck? You just, like, almost run up behind someone and just take them out, no problem. Wow, it's amazing. So I'm going to be wearing that, no doubt. Alright, so let's go up to the missions then, shall we? And we're probably going to do a hero's way, because, you know, it is the third mission, and I'd like to do them in order. I usually do. Sometimes I don't, because it depends on the mission, but I generally like to do them in order. And just a heads up real quick, before we actually get into this, I'd like to mention, first and foremost, this is a Let's Play, so if I don't get an S rank, and I don't fulfill all mission tasks the first time around, that's absolutely fine, because this is the type of game where you're meant to go back and replay missions after you acquire the certain equipment that you need. And we're about to get that certain equipment very soon. Equipment, more like an ally. But we'll get him very soon, and he will prove very, very valuable throughout all of the missions. He is insanely useful.
Heading to Afghanistan.
Right, so this is a sortier, or sortie, as some people say. I call it a sortier. I don't know why. It looks like it's meant to be that way to me. But yeah, I don't really think we can do much here. Maybe change our... Ah, that's right. Of course, we need to change our outfit. So we'll go select character, uniforms, and sneaking suit. SV sneaking suit. This is the one we had in Ground Zeroes, if I'm correct. And yeah, it doesn't look particularly appealing. That's just my opinion. Doesn't look very good. The other sneaking suit looks far better than this one. I guess because it's fully black and it looks like the one from Metal Gear Solid 3. So I guess it's just personal preference. And if you do have a vehicle, I have loads of them. Why do I still have these? I can bring a tank in if I wanted to. Why do I have these? Surely this was like on my other save file. Is this because it's like connected to my online? I believe so. So, yeah. But that's okay. As you can see, development cost, that actually isn't that big of a factor. As you can see, like, all these things here. Apparently I have loads. My online must be immaculate or something. But development cost, I've never had an issue with that. Basically, it means how much it's going to cost for you to deploy. So if you don't have the required stuff for you to deploy with the certain gear you've got, then you can't equip it. But like I say, that's never come into play. Very strange. This is a time select. You can drop in the morning or drop in the evening. Of course, evening makes it a bit more easier to infiltrate. And morning, sometimes the guards might not be on their guard, as it were, because it's the morning. Who's going to fucking infiltrate in the morning? So sometimes they don't really care what's going on. You know, they hear a noise, they think, ah, fuck it, whatever. It might be a bird. But at night, they're a bit more suspicious. So there are different things you can do. At night makes it easier to sneak, but people are on guard. And in the day, it makes it a bit harder to sneak, but people are less aware. So it's the trade-off. However, I'm going to go in ASAP because time, of course, does pass when you're just playing. So you can get there in the morning, take forever, and then it could be nighttime by the time you're finishing the mission. So you might as well just drop ASAP and see what happens. There are, tactical advantages of each, but whatever. I just like to play the game. And like I say, I'm probably not going to get S ranks, especially early on when I don't have the right stuff. And I'm probably not going to get all the mission tasks because some of them are hidden and they will be unlocked later down the line. And some of them you can't actually get right now. They're a bit difficult. You might need, specific things like the int scope with the the analyzer, just to see, what people have what, and you need to collect them. And there's just specific things you need to do to actually get far in the game.
Your target is a Spetsnaz detachment commander. Your orders are to take him out. With skills like his, it'd be a shame to waste him. But I'll leave the method up to you. Boss, make your way Shago Klye and eliminate the target.
Alright, so I think this is the mission in which we get our little buddy. I think it might be, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Now, our mission here is to eliminate the Spetsnaz commander. Of course, we're not going to kill anyone, because that's just how you play Metal Gear Solid. You try not to kill anyone. So, realistically, I'm going to tranquilize him and bring him back to Mother Base. Of course I am. Now, I think this is the one where we get our guy, maybe?
Which ones we need. Then go find them if you get the chance. It'll keep the staff happy too.
Yeah, thanks for that, Kaz. I just spoke over him the entire duration. I do apologise. Is it this one? It might be. It might not be. Possibly. I don't think I have night vision. Oh, I do have night vision. Oh, wow. Battery's pretty shit, though. So it might not be this mission. I'm just going to take a quick look around just to be sure, because of course I can't be sure. I haven't played the first few missions in such a long time, because once you've played the game once and you've S-ranked and you've got all the mission tasks done, there really is no reason to go through the first few missions again, particularly, because what is there to do? Not much. You've sort of done everything. It's the later missions that give the most GMP, have the hardest tasks, you know what I mean? So, really, you want to be playing those. I sort of floated through the air there, that was weird. But it might not be this mission, I think it's mission 4. Maybe it is. Like I say, I haven't played the first few missions in a long time, and even if I did replay them, I don't think that guy, our buddy I should say, I don't think he shows up anyway. So, there is that. And I should probably get all these flowers and stuff, all these plants I should say, flowers. I should probably get all these plants. Actually, why? Why would I get them? I have loads on my online thing, so I don't really think I need to collect them. Although I suppose it wouldn't hurt, would it?
You've arrived at the objective. Your target should be somewhere in that outpost. And don't forget, he has a Spetsnaz recon detail with him. Keep your guard up.
Alright, so just like before, we're going to pull out our int scope and we're going to be looking for our goons. There he is.
Is that him? Take a good look at their faces so we can ID the targets.
Now, of course, because we don't have our buddy as of right now, we have to use our own eyes, which I am not very used to, so this could prove quite tricky. I do apologise if I fuck up, but that's just how it's going to be. Now, early on, it's going to be relatively easy. There should be a guy in here, but I don't think he's here yet. No. Right, it's going to be relatively easy to do what we need to do, because of course people aren't really aware of our presence right now. They will be very shortly though. This game works on sort of adaptive difficulty, and by that I mean essentially if you were to headshot a lot of people, they'll start wearing helmets. If you were to snipe people from long range, they'll start picking up these decoys. And, you know, if you were to use a lot of explosives, they'll get different armor, so the explosives don't affect them as much. Basically, they adapt to what you do. So, you gotta be very careful, and you gotta switch up your tactics, and you gotta infiltrate at different times. You gotta, you know, basically do all that stuff. However, you can counteract this with something that will be coming into play a bit later on, which is the, what are they called? I always call them the Outer Ops, but they're not called Outer Ops in this game. I'm too used to Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. I believe it's called Combat Deployment in this game, which I didn't really use too much, but that does actually go towards your 100% because it gives you blueprints on some of the missions. Of course, I'm going really low here because, as you can see, there are guys everywhere, and of course it's nighttime, so they do have flashlights or torches. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this guy up here, purely because he could easily see me when I'm trying to exfiltrate. And that is never good, because he has a little searchlight. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak up behind him. Because I have this sneaking suit though, I can easily just walk up behind him. Well, crouch walk up behind him, and he won't even hear me as I'm right next to him. If we didn't have this sneaking suit, he would hear me so easily. Oh, please don't fall. Thank you very much. Now, stuns, if you, choke them out like that, actually last longer than tranquilizer rounds. So, you know, it's the trade-off. If you want to try and get close and choke them out, then easy peasy, you've got yourself a nice long stun. Or you could just shoot them in the head from long range, and there you go, you've taken them out, and they're down. And it's a trade-off between the times. Oh, a really big itch between my ear here. Oh my god, that is disgusting. Ugh. Ew, that's vile. Needed to be done though. But yeah, it's the trade-off. Do you want to go up close and choke them out, maybe? Or do you want to just shoot them from long range and have a little less time of them being down? And of course, if you choke them out, the trade-off is, of course, they're like, holy fuck, someone choked me out. And if you shoot them in the face with a tranquilizer round, they'll wake up and think they just passed out from exhaustion or something, because that's what happens. You don't want to leave bodies out in the open, though, of course, because people will walk up and say, hey, get the fuck up, and then they'll be like, why did I fall asleep? That's very strange. But of course, picking them up like this generally isn't a good idea, because it makes you a bit more visible. However, I'm going to do it because I'm a fucking idiot. So let's just drag him over here real quick. I say drag, I'm so used to other Metal Gear Solid games where you don't actually pick them up. You drag them. Oh god, I'm getting the burps. Oh dear. Yeah, you drag them, you don't pick them up. So I'm always too used to saying drag. But carry. There we go. So we're looking for the Spetsnaz commander. And oh, someone's fallen asleep. That's always good. I should probably try and take out this guy. My brightness is fucking awful right now, so I can barely see anything. I'm mostly relying on the white outline, or the little blue outline, which isn't going to show up now, of course it's not. There we go. There we go, fantastic. Yeah, I'm mostly relying on that. I should probably turn my brightness up at some point, because this is awful. I can barely see anything. Now, I don't think there's going to be a guy over this corner here. Sometimes there is. Fuck. Try not to kick the bucket in more ways than one, because it makes a lot of noise, and if you turn this generator off here, the lights will go off, which is always good. However, people will become attracted to the sound of it going off, and the fact that the lights have gone off, so like, what the fuck? Of course. Oh, kids in America, yeah, that's going to play in the background. Hopefully if I talk over it loud enough, then I won't get a copyright strike. Please, where is the fucking radio? I need to go to the radio real quick, and I need to get the cassette tape so I don't get a copyright strike. Thank you very much. Kids in America, fantastic song, but of course can't play it right now, can I? Now this guy here, I believe, is the Spetsnaz commander, and he has some very good statistics.
Those are raw diamonds. Collecting them as assets will raise. That's the target. Looks like we found him.
Boom!
Boss, I gotta say it would be a waste to kill him. But putting him to sleep doesn't count as eliminating him. Neither does knocking him out.
I'm fully aware of that, Kaz, but you know what? I'm going to try and take him out. Well, I'm trying to take him outside, and I'm going to attempt to Fulton extract him. Now, oh dear. Oh dear. They seem to be on edge. This is never good. Ooh, processed materials. Gotta get those.
Those materials have already been processed. It may not be much, but we can use them straight away if you bring them back to base.
Okay, so it would seem that someone has found my knocked out guy. Which, honestly, not good, but it does lure him towards me. So if we're quick... Oh, amazing. Now what you can do when you're carrying a guy is you can throw them, if I remember how. Which I don't. Is it square? How do you throw them? Fuck! R2. There we go. Christ almighty. Right, well, we need to take him out here because we don't have a very, very useful device that we can actually use much, much later on. We're talking near the end of the game later on. So we have to take him... Oh, God, my apologies. Get a bit of a cough here. Coughs and burps. Amazing. Can we pick him up, Snake? Thank you very much. Oh, and he's found my stunned guy. Of course. If we're quick, we can get out of here without too much repercussion. They haven't seen me. They've only seen the people I've knocked out and tranquilized. So we should be good to go. There's actually something underneath a bridge somewhere. I believe that's one of the mission tasks. Where do we see the mission tasks now? Eliminate the spec. Yeah, we can't actually see what they are. I think we'll find out later on. Maybe we need some, like, intel teams to figure it out. I don't really know. I usually just play the game, do my thing, And there we go, I unlock the tasks. I think you find them out by finishing the missions. It's like take out the anti-air, take out the communications, find the things here, find that, find this, and there's something underneath the bridge. That's something I remember, there's something under the bridge. And I think extracting the commander is also one of the tasks. Like I say, it's going to take a few tries just to get the task because, of course, I can't remember them all. And I think it's actually over here, right? Yeah, here's the materials under the bridge. There we go, mission task. Amazing! So we've got to take the guy all the way out here, and that's because people will actually see the balloon go up.
Arrived at Mother Base.
100%, of course. Amazing. So people will see this balloon go up, this Fulton balloon. You can actually shoot it down if you wanted to, but we're not going to do that. It's much like the mini-games from Peace Walker. Hey, there we go, and his hat fell off. Oh dear.
Target secured. I'll tell the client we sent the target to a place outside of heaven. Boss, your objective's complete. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land. Don't hang around.
Of course, so we're going to call in the chop. Actually, we can exfiltrate by chopper or by land, so we might as well. What was I doing there? I'm meant to press L1. What the fuck? We're going to whistle for D-Horse. He's going to come running. Oh, there he is. And we're going to climb aboard, and we're going to exfiltrate by land. Exfiltrating by land is actually faster most of the time, depending on where you are, because you just run out into the sand like this. Easy, not too difficult, but you gotta be sure that you're not running into the enemy's fucking base. Because of course they can be like, yo bitch, and just see you straight away, which is never good, and you'll get an alert status, and you'll not get a good score at the end. That's never good. I believe this is probably going to be an A rank, actually. We've done pretty good.
Exfiltrated hot
Alright,
zone.
you're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete. Mission complete, and how? They're gonna tell stories about this one, boss.
Well, S rank, not bad. It's only 12 minutes. Wow. I guess that's because I had to, like, you know, feel my way through this mission when usually I could just waltz in and be like, bitch, you can't even touch me. So I suppose that's why I took so long. But eventually, it'll come to a point where I can just waltz through the missions, no problem.
How you feeling, boss? Getting used to being in the field again? Having choppers and a horse at your disposal is indispensable for operating in the wilds of Afghanistan. I've gone ahead and arranged for you to be able to develop and customize weaponry for support choppers. And you can also develop new equipment for D-Horse if you like. Use your iDroid to start development as needed. Remember the guys you brought back from the base in Cuba 9 years ago? Believe it or not, some of them survived that hell we went through. Word reached them that Big Boss is back and they wanted in. They're good men, our brothers in fate. They'll be glad to know you've seen them here.
Well, 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 I guess that's what uploading the Ground Zeroes data does for you. Although you can't actually find Hideo Kojima within Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain by doing, I think it's an extra ops mission. I think so. Possibly. But yeah, that's very interesting. We're going to skip most of these because they're going to be like C rank and shit, which is not good. But Hideo Kojima is an S rank. Personally, I would have put him as an S++ rank, but that's just me being a fanboy. So, yeah, that's fucking awesome.